morning, chemistry students. So for those of you that missed class last time we had it, I just wanted to give a little summary of what we did in class so that you know what you should be doing at home on your hybrid day so that you're prepared for the next day that you come. So you'll see in the Google Classroom that there is a new lab called the Cesspool investigation, or the Cesspool lab. What's going to happen is there's a problem, a phenomenon in our country where there's lots of people that don't have fresh drinking water. So I'm going to provide you a sample of unclean water, and your task is to clean it, to make drinkable water out of it. So the phenomenon is, how can we make fresh water out of a contaminated sample? So if you click on the link, it'll give you a blank document, or you can write in your carbon copy notebooks and just tell me what the phenomenon is, paraphrase that. But then you're also going to need some information. You need to think about things associated with the water and with the materials that you're going to have in order to solve that problem. So let me just go through the materials that you have. I gave everyone this little United Prevention bag full of materials. In the bag, you will find a coffee filter. There is a piece of aluminum foil. There's a couple of cotton balls. There's a clothespin. There's this mesh material. You have some rubber bands. You do have a candle. I didn't put the flame, in the bag, but in class I'll give you a flame, or at home if you're experimenting, then you can use any type of heat source that you have. And you can also use the plastic bag. The bag also contains a test tube. This is a plastic test tube. Please do not put the flame underneath it. Don't put it on your stove or in your microwave or anything. This is just for whatever size sample that you end up making when we're done. So the idea is you take these materials home. If you were here, you got the materials, but you can use similar things at your homes. You're also going to get to use a aluminum soda can and a plastic bottle if you would like to use those. I don't have a lot of plastic bottles, so if you wanted to bring those in, that would help. But I do have enough aluminum cans. You can cut them apart, you can destroy them, you can use them for however you'd like. But those are the materials that you get to use. I will give you a sample of unclean water, and you're going to run it through some process. So what you should be doing is researching, how do I clean water? What are the different steps that I can use to clean some water? Given those materials, how can I make a clean water sample? So if you were in class, you also got this piece of paper that has some vocabulary words on it for you. You're going to put these in your notebooks, but I'll hold it up here. I don't know if you can read those. They're going to be inverted. But the types of separation are mechanical separation, filtration, settling, and distillation. So if you were to look up those words, put them in your phenomenon, they could be helpful for you in figuring out some type of claim. When you come to class, you should have a claim, a picture of what you think is going to work for cleaning the water. And then in class, you'll be given 30 minutes to run through the process, to do the thing, to actually do the procedure, and see how successful you are. With that in mind, you probably also need to know what is actually in the water sample. So let me show you what's in that. So here is our Cesspool of Science. This is the water sample that you need to clean. Yeah, it's quite disgusting, but I will tell you what's in it. We have some old sugar, and in that I also put some soap so that there's no mold or anything growing in there. There's some baking powder so that it makes bubbles and is frothy. You get a little bit of a chemical reaction. We've got some cornstarch so that there's some clumps. We have some salt, because there's actually different types of salt in all the water samples. But I did also put some food coloring in there. There's some red food coloring. And the reason I put the red food coloring in is because if you can get the red food coloring out, if you end up with a clear sample, that also means that you've gotten the salt out. You can't see the salt when it's dissolved, but for the most part, if you get the red out, then that means you're successful in getting the salt out. So you need to get, there's also paper towels in there, and there's some dead bodies. There's some plastic bugs and some plastic skeletons and things, just to add to the, the fun. So these are the materials that you need to get out of the cesspool water using the supplies that I told you about. When I see you in class, you'll have 30 minutes to use these supplies, as well as an aluminum can and a plastic can, to make me a fresh, clean water sample.